Good morning, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Good evening. We got Dirty Old Man, Tommy J, Robert Mack, Joe's here. Who else? Andy. I didn't see it. Andy's here.
Robert
Mark's
McAnasia,
here.
Brock, Dirty Old Man, Tommy, Mark,
Did I miss anybody?
Mitch,
Anyway,
Joe Mojo,
Dirty.
I know. I kind of figured that this was going to be a bad day in time because I just saw that Titastic went live and Dana just went live from Ideal Studios. Is that the name of it? Ideal Studios. So anyway, we'll get to what we're gonna.
And
what
there's
we'll
a couple
get
other
to.
that I mod for that went live also, and I'm
Did they?
here. I'm with
Anyway.
you.
Robert Mack. So what?
What is
Somebody
that?
may
Okay.
Robert Mack.
Robert Mack, my brother.
Robert Mack here? So
Yeah,
just to get through the quick thing, my health is good. The house is going great. They've got the first floor should be done tiled today.
Mhm.
The gate, they put all the stuff on the gate and everything, so it all looks good. I did that little short. I might do another short. I think until I really get everything done, I'm just going to put out a couple little 60-second deals, and then I'll do an in-depth one on what it is.
Okay, so that's the update. Right on. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah,
Take
we're
care.
out of here. We're out. Okay. To get onto the subject, to get it out of the way on what we were talking about before, I was just trying to give everybody kind of a heads up. It happened to you guys. Watch me. You know, Robert Mack had a problem by not thinking exactly what he was watching, and it happened to me before. I'm a lot more careful now because of the troll situation and crap like that. That I kind of know a little bit better now. But my suggestion to everybody is, if you don't know somebody, watch them. Don't comment. Don't do anything. I would watch more than one of their either videos or live. Well, it's probably going to be live streams. And just to get an idea of exactly what this person stands for. And it doesn't even whether you think the guy's a good guy or a bad guy. It's just if his content is derogatory in any way, it comes back at you. And Robert knows that the best, because I know Robert from YouTube. I would give my life guaranteeing this man is not a bigot or any kind of a he's a good man. So hey, Richard, how you doing? So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Be careful who you watch. Make sure you watch them before you just comment and say, hi, how you doing, buddy? I just found your channel. You're the greatest. Go. This is such pretty stuff you got on here. And then the guy comes on and with negative stuff. It associates you with him immediately. So anyway, that's my 2 cents worth. But I'm hoping that I know that Kevin has accepted Robert's deal on and believes him. And hopefully everybody else does that had a problem with that. Because I would give my life on guaranteeing you that Robert is not in any way that way. So anyway, hey, I don't know if I said hi to Tommy. Hey, okay. Tommy, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Tommy J, I know is in too.
Tommy,
I think.
Oh, Tommy.
Tommy.
Hey, yeah, okay. Hey.
Tommy J. All the Tommies are in the house.
Yeah. But just to kind of get that out of the way.
Hey, long time no speak 'em.
Yeah. Where are you?
Okay.
Wahan, or are you in Bangkok, Tommy?
Yeah, right on. New subject. Cool.
Yeah. Whatever you guys.
I had a lot of fun on Richard's travel last Saturday too. That was a lot of fun, Richard. Thank you.
And, Richard's here. Who's the next one?
He's there.
Who's the next guest this next week?
A loyal subscriber wouldn't have an answer to that, Dave.
I know. I'm horrible. I am horrible. I'm going to put up the link in case anybody wants to come in.
Oh,
I know
awesome.
Brock probably will.
Congratulations, Tommy. Awesome.
What did he say? What I missed?
Sign the lease.
Well done,
okay.
Sign the lease
in Bangkok or in Bangkok?
6 days, right? BKK. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to be over that way. Maybe where I'm going to be isn't going to be far from Bangkok, right? In Pattaya. When I come in October. Anyway, I'm coming there in October for a week.
An hour, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll meet up, Tommy. Who knows? Ty Rob. Okay. Let's see. Who's
Rob,
Timmy?
That's right. 20 seconds
Who's
in
Tim?
Thailand.
Oh, Timmy came in for a second. Who's Timmy? Oh, there's Brock. Was Brock? Did you have Timmy? Who was Timmy? Timmy tried to come in for a second.
I don't
Well,
know.
that's cool.
Just
Yeah,
be ready with the hot button when they flash you. Unless
Yeah, I
you know
didn't.
it's worth looking at.
No, I don't. He was only there for a second, and then he took off. Robert wants to come in. Well, we'll load it up. Here we go. Morning, Mr. Matt.
Robert Mack.
How are you?
I'm just here for a minute. I'm up on a.
Was that you, Tommy, or was it
There's
Timmy?
a lake over here somewhere. I'm out in Branson.
Oh,
Right
you
on.
are in Missouri. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were there or not.
Oh, you got a minute? I transferred in Houston, and we got on the little plane. One of those little one aisle on one side and two seats on the other side. And all of a sudden it started raining, and they said lightning's coming. Everybody disappeared except the stewardess. All the workers were gone. They couldn't shut the plane door because the ramp was in the way. 2 hours and 25 minutes later, we started rolling, and the septic tank overfilled. The plane smelled. Oh my God, it was something. What a mess.
Wow.
But
And
I made it.
is that you, Tommy? What do you got? A different picture or no?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
Hey Tommy, what's up?
And there's Neil. I haven't seen you
got
before. Neil, welcome. And he says the first time listening to the show, has a bunch of potential with his content. A newbie coming to Thailand early next. Where are you coming from, Neil? Coming from the U.S. or where are you headed? Where are you coming from? So you're in Bangkok, huh, Tommy?
Australia.
Yeah, I'm in Bangkok. The
Not
avatar
cool.
that I have, Dave, you remember the guy Mike Vu, that infomercial in the United States?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's him. Yeah.
All right.
Somebody sent it to me like a week ago, so I'm like, I actually like the avatar. It's funny. No, we just signed a new lease, man, for a restaurant in Sukhumvit. I'm pretty excited.
So, for another taco place or a different venture?
Yeah, we're opening. We're gonna open Manal Red.
Oh, cool. Okay. If you guys
So
don't
it's gonna
know,
be red
in
tacos.
Wahin,
So we're gonna have like burrito.
cool. Tommy has a taco place. What is it? Tex-Mex? I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of Tex-Mex, right? Am I saying that right? Or is it just? Anyway, they're good. It's good food, and he has a place in Wahin called Manal, right?
Yeah, it's called Manal. Correct.
Okay. So if you're ever there, check it out. The food's really good, really good. I enjoyed it anyway. Of course, he might have just made it specially good for me, and anybody else that goes there, it's not going to taste good. Just kidding. Just kidding. Food's
Nah, it's
excellent.
because of your guys' support, man. We're able to stay open.
His partner is a good man, excellent chef, and the food is outstanding. Outstanding. I don't know if we have a link to the restaurant.
Yeah,
Do you
we're
have a
excited,
link?
man.
I can make Hey, Tommy G.
No, I mean just look up Manal Taqueria.
Mitch will find something.
No, I'm looking at something.
I didn't see
Mitch
Huawei.
here.
How
What's
are
up,
you?
Mitch?
Hey Dave, any new news on Thailand opening? Is it?
It's still what I understand.
Yes.
From what I understand, again, this is all me. October 1st, supposedly they're supposed to bring the queue down from 14 to 7.
Right.
And supposedly by November 1st, there's going to be, if you've got 2 jabs and your paperwork and a COVID test, you can come into Thailand, no queue. We'll see what happens, but that's what I'm hearing. So we'll see. I hope so.
Also, they're extending the curfew now till 10, and starting the 1st, they're going to open movie theaters. They're going to also open
gyms and gyms too. Yeah,
and amusement parks like water parks and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be great, but still no on alcohol. I don't think they're gonna. I think it's gonna be until November till we're able to sell alcohol again.
Yeah, these guys got. It's kind of
restaurants.
It's kind of a halfway telling sign that it's getting close because these people are starting, and these people I mean by the bar owners and stuff. They're starting to do work and getting ready to open. So, they're
Exactly.
redoing their places and stuff. So it's kind of a telltale sign. Plus, I don't think, like I said from the beginning, Thailand doesn't have an option, whether it's Thailand or not. They have to open. I mean, regardless of what's going
100%.
on, they're coming down. Yeah, they're coming down. It's 14,000, 12,000. Is it down to 10,000 now, or pretty close, 11,000? And the recovery.
It's down to like 9,700 actually.
And they're doing a million shots a day, a million jabs a day.
See,
now.
that's what.
And,
that's the most important, Dave. I think it's that's the most important thing. It's a vaccine. They just need to get people vaccinated. It's that simple. And then whether you're for the vaccine or against the vaccine, it doesn't matter. Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. Like the proof is in the pudding. And you can hate the vaccine. You can say that the deep left is, or the deep right is trying to poison everybody's brains with the vaccine, blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't matter. Like if you look at statistical numbers, the numbers show that if people get vaccines, the amount of spread of COVID goes down. It doesn't protect you from dying from COVID. It protects you from getting severely ill and passing it on to other people. And that's really how we fix this situation. I don't think we're ever going to get rid of COVID. I think it's going to become the new flu, but we have to get vaccinated. And as soon as we do that.
Like I said the other day, my wife says the people are scared here in Thailand, but they're 100% for it. And when I went down and got my 2 jabs of the Pfizer, each time it was very organized and a crap load of Thai people there. They weren't getting Pfizer. Well, some of the nurses and doctors were, but they were getting AstraZeneca. And now my wife's going to go. I had already scheduled right here in Surin and paid for 2 Moderna.
Morning, Jake.
And my wife and the 18-year-old have had 2 jabs of the Chinese one, Sinopro or whatever the hell it's called, Sinovac. So she called and found out now, first week of October, they'll both be able to go in and take 1 each of the shots I already paid for, which is kind of cool. So they're done. But all the people here know they need to herd immunity or whatever the hell it is. They know they need to get there because that's when Thailand's going to get to its normal. It's going to be like that. Like you said, it's going to be around forever. What? 4 days in a week? When do you get out?
And
Monday.
Dave, and on top of that, man, you got to remember that even people like I have a lot of people that I know that are extremely right, like including my business partner. He's extremely right, but even people who are totally against the vaccine, 9 months ago that I know are now finally getting the vaccine because they're like, oh my God, this actually.
Right. And I think that's the way that you have to look at it. And it's going to be, we're going to end up having to have booster shots or whatever. But if you want to travel and you want to be in a place that's going to be opened up so, you can come to enjoy and do traveling, you have to be vaccinated. Pretty soon, and if it's not there already, all the big country, U.S., UK, Australia. Well, Australia won't let anybody in, but any of these places, they're not going to let you travel unless you've got your card that says you've been vaccinated, and that you're up to date. Now, what that up to date, they're saying every 6 months is what I heard on Pfizer. Supposedly, they're supposed to come out with the vice president or the president, excuse me, of Pfizer. Hey, Tom, Pfizer's supposed to be coming in, and Huawei too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is. It's something that has to happen, but I think it's moving in the right direction. Let's see.
Dave, you want to see my? You want to see the new place?
Sure.
Yeah.
The new condo that I'm renting.
Sure.
In Bangkok, and then I'll let you guys guess how much I'm paying for it per month.
Okay, cool.
See how I want to see how good your Dave's real estate expertise are. He's pretty good at this stuff. All right, hold on. Let me turn this around real quick. Hold on. It's been a while.
How are you feeling, Jake? You feeling good? He got jabbed and he got COVID. Let's see.
He's Iron Man. He's freaking Iron Man.
And the rest of the family, I'm hoping, is good. The wife and everything. I hadn't seen you in a while. There, okay.
Can you see?
Can I? Yeah, let me see. I think I can. Hold on. I can put this big screen. I think. Hold on. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
So here, I'll show you. So locations in Siloam, just FYI. So you walk in. Obviously, here's the door. It's the bathroom. All right. Living room. And then small kitchen, but I have a stove, which is kind of cool.
That's nice.
A sneg. So yeah, it's not bad. And then
Nice size refrigerator.
yeah, it's perfect size. I mean, for one guy. Then my view. There's the BTS right there. It's about 320 meters. It's about 5-10 minute walk. And then living room. I'm getting ready to go to Hoyente, as you can see. Got my bag ready, yeah. And then, yeah, I got to go today, and then upstairs.
That's cool.
And it has this right here, which is awesome, man. Central air, so I don't have like the air conditioning blowing like right on me. Yeah, I hate that. Like I like this better, and I don't know if it's because I'm American. I'm just used to this better, but I like. The central air. It cools off the entire house.
Yeah, it's probably chilled water, I bet. I would think.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's a good system. That's pretty much everything in the. Hey, Johnny, everything in the U.S. is that pretty much everything.
Right.
4-pipe though there because they have to have heat. I don't even think they probably run any kind of heat. I wouldn't think. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
there's no heat.
There. Yeah, they're HVAC.
Yeah, there's no heat. And then
you got a washer dryer deal combo.
Washer dryer, yeah, combo. And then this is kind of cool right here, man. It has I'll show you, like electric blinds too. That come down also. So that's
nice.
Definitely a nice touch, man.
We want to guess.
Yeah, can't complain. Yeah, guess. Now you got to remember, I'm in Siloam. This is like one of the most sorted out places to live other than Sukhumvit, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So what do you think, Dave?
18,000.
10,000 for me, Tommy.
18,000.
10,000?
Yeah.
It's definitely not 10,000 a month.
All right.
So what?
15,000.
All right, so then 15.
All right, I'll just give you. Let me just give you the normal price. What this loft would go for if we weren't in COVID. 45,000 baht.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Half price then, Tommy. 20.
18.5.
Oh, so I was close.
For. Yeah, but definitely not 10,000. You're not.
So what did
you're not gonna find
said,
a brand new building for $10. I wish.
I don't know how to. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I was lost on how you did it. What did I do? We lost Mitch and we lost Robert Mack. Robert, you still around? Mitch, you still around? What happened? Gator. What is this? What is he saying? I'm going with $485. I don't know what's 485 American. That's what Gator's saying. How much?
About
how many
50,000
baht?
baht.
About what? 50,000?
So close. 15.
Yeah, during
15.
normal time. Oh, 15. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice place, though. The place that I had in Kamala right before I moved to Surin was 18,000. It was a 1-bedroom, all glass, nice condo. But that was a good price back then for there. Was it Mitch?
Mitch lost his internet, so he'll be reconnecting with us shortly.
Well, that's very careless of him.
Yeah, he did. Because you'd think he'd be able to find it. So what did Neil Sutter said? 755 Aussie per month, which is cheap. Yeah. Everything. Mitch has been looking for a place in Pattaya, if you haven't realized it. But the stuff, I mean, unbelievable 1-bedroom, nice condos or bachelor nice condos from 7,000 to 10,000 baht. I mean, right now it's just unbelievable, unbelievably cheap. Johnny's saying hi to Brock. What kind? 30 in a way.
Hey, John.
Yeah, Dave. It just really depends on. It really just depends on what area you're living in. Like
Right.
Siloam, Southorn area is really, really, really expensive.
Yeah,
And,
that's where I stayed.
this
I stayed
building,
at the Sathorn something. I can't remember the name of it. The hotel I stayed in
This-
there was awesome.
nice.
I'm trying to think. What was the name of it?
Say hello.
Was it the Mode Southorn?
Let me see. The SIRI Sathorn Bangkok by UH.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm like for Siri, the Siri Southorn. Yeah, I'm like 3 minutes away from there.
Excellent place. I had a 1-bedroom. Like it was awesome. I did a little video on it. In fact, if you go back and look at it, I think I did
That's
a video
awesome.
on there. Yeah, I have to go back and look. No
Pancakes
thumbs down.
saying hello.
What's going on? Joe says, "Oh no," he says 13 thumbs up. Wow, really? Where's Mitch? Mitch is always good for a thumbs down. Now let me guess. Wait, Gator wants to guess your weight and age. Now. I used to work at a carnival. Yeah, that's good, Gator. I'm glad to see you. I was
Anyways,
worried. In fact, I was talking earlier about it. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Tommy. You there?
Hello.
Tommy.
We've lost. Tommy's lost his internet too.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I hear a
Hello?
little bleep. Yeah, now I can hear you. What were you going to say? Oh,
Nah.
there he goes. Let's see, Gators. There's Mr. Jake. How are you, sir?
How are you, my friend?
Hey, fellas, I'm doing well. Thank you. Saudi Cop.
How's
everybody doing?
Somebody may.
We're living the dream, man, one day at a time.
Yeah.
Is the background noise too much this time?
No, you're good.
Okay, because that one time, Dave, man, like the wife was making some tum or something, and I listened back the next day. I was like, oh my God, it was like so drastic.
When are you planning on coming?
My normal time is in the fall, so we'll see what happens. I mean,
Sure.
I'll be honest with you. I've been sort of, out of the loop. I was keeping up on the daily briefings on the Tiger and some other websites and seeing what they were saying. And it was like a rehash of the same old thing every day. Like, lockdowns, more vaccinations, the vaccination totals in the U.S. right now are less than what you guys were saying they were in Thailand, what Tommy was saying.
Really?
We're somewhere, how can I say this without being overly political? The mixed messages coming out of the CDC here in the United States and then out of the White House, that it's like, you're not vaccinated, you're the problem. You're vaccinated. And then they said that those people were the ones that were getting COVID because they actually are now. And I'm living proof of that. Now, I'm just saying that I'm not a medical professional, nor do I play one on TV, but, my own personal beliefs is that, I got some problems. I could probably stand to lose a few pounds. I got some high blood pressure. I crush lisinopril and snort it, like it's cocaine.
That's me.
But it is what it is. I had a cold. That's what COVID was for me. It was a cold,
That's great. And which one did you have? Pfizer?
I had the Pfizer, and my wife too. She got sick 5 days ahead of me. And it was actually my 55th birthday that I got COVID for my birthday. So that was like really cool.
So it's good to get something on your birthday.
Yeah. Hey, look what I got. I got a positive antigen test. Son of a.
You're on top of the world.
And it's like, okay, so COVID messed up my Thanksgiving, my Christmas, my football season. Now it's messing up my birthday. I'm like, what next? But, thankfully, none of us had to go to the hospital. I take a lot of anti-inflammatory supplements too, and I think that helped along with having the vaccine. And it was just, it is what it is. Like you said, I was listening in. It's probably here to stay, just like the flu. We're going to just have to live with it.
I don't think it's going to go away.
I mean, the good news is what virologists say is, at a certain point, it mutates to the point where it's less hurtful, and it's more contagious, but it's less hurtful. So,
Right.
okay, that's the common cold, which also, by the way, is a COVID.
And the flu will kill you. The regular flu will kill you. So it isn't like it, it isn't like it's I got a buddy who's an anti-vaxxer. He doesn't believe in it or whatever. He got a hold of me, and I mean friends since we were 6th grade, 5th grade. Okay, so he says, my girlfriend now, her daughter is a nurse, and she got COVID, not vaccinated. This was a little while ago. Hadn't got vaccinated yet. And there is I got the name of it here somewhere. It's actually a pill that they use for horses for worms. Okay.
Yeah. Ivermectin. It's ivermectin, but it's been used in human beings for 55 years.
Yeah. Well, they have two different. They have one for human beings that's like 6 milligrams, 12 milligrams.
Don't take the horse pill.
She took the one for the horse and was gone, done. 3 days, she was fine, 100%, no problems whatsoever. So he calls me up. So he goes, what do you think? He goes, I ordered some from India. He said, you cannot get it in the United States. They will not sell it to you in the United States. I said, okay, I'll check for you. So I went down to the local pharmacy and I said, yeah, usually stuff's cheaper. He goes, well, I ordered some from India, so we'll see if I get it. But he goes, go check for me. So I did. I went down there. I said, here, do you have this in 3, 6, or 12 milligrams? And the gal comes back with these 6 milligrams. And I go, and it says 2 pills. And I said, well, how much are those? She said, 1,050 baht. So they're $15 a pill. I said, well, obviously, Thailand has the news. And when I had my wife talk to her sister who works in the pharmacy, she immediately said, this is for COVID. Yeah. She said they're off the chart.
Well, that's what they used. That's what they used in India, and the narrative here in the U.S. is there's only 2 approved narratives, by the way. Okay, get the vaccine and wear a mask.
Right.
Therapeutics are not part of the narrative here. You're not allowed to talk therapeutics. You're insane if you talk therapeutics.
Well, what did Trump get? Because Trump got it before all the vaccines.
He got remdesivir.
But he got stuff that cured him of the COVID. Yeah. Made sure he didn't die. He wasn't sickly.
These are all therapeutics. Remdesivir, ivermectin, monoclonal antibodies is really one of the most effective things. I know several people who've used that. The state of Florida had set up massive monoclonal antibody centers. So much so that we were distributing monoclonal antibodies where other states didn't want to. Right. And in a political move, the White House decided that they were going to withhold monoclonal antibodies from the state of Florida because we have a Republican governor. And so he just went out on the market and bought them anyway, privately for the state. And so those are still available for the residents here. I mean, let's face it. I mean, if you've ever been to Florida or you know anything about Florida, we've got a lot of, how shall we say, seasoned citizens here. People say, well, all the old people live in Arizona. Yeah, they do, but their parents live in Florida.
Exactly.
And so, yeah. That's that.
Mark.
Rux, BKK. Are you still at ASQ?
Yeah, he's got 3 more days. No, 4 days and a wake up.
Oh, my God.
4 days and a wake up. Mark?
Do you want to have a quick look at my view? I'll show you, Jake.
Have a look at that looks. I see. I didn't realize that was ASQ when I popped in the last time because I saw that view. I saw that. That was like. That's why I thought you were like in a condo or something. What city?
It's a bit of a mess because I've been here for over 10 days now, so I'm not going to show you around.
That's okay.
It's pretty big.
Well, just to get what Dirty Old Man's saying. I think it's for me, traveling, I think it's the best option. If it lightens up the load in the hospitals, which it's kind of proving to do here, because as these numbers are dropping, the recovery rate is increasing. So we're getting 12,000, 11,000 cases, and we got 13, 14,000 recoveries. So, like I said, I didn't have a choice. If I want to travel to the U.S., and if I want to see my grandkids, see my kids, see my mom, see my family, see my friends, pretty soon here, and I'm gathering right around the first of the year, if not sooner, they're going to say if you travel anywhere, you've got to be vaccinated, or don't even bother to try to get on a plane.
Well,
Just,
I don't necessarily support the idea that they force people to do that, but I mean, my personal belief is that my wife and I's case of COVID was as minuscule as it was because we had been vaccinated.
And that's why my wife wanted me to get it. She's happy as a lark right now. She's dancing on cloud 9 that I've gotten both my deals, and it's coming up on 2 weeks, I think, since I had the second jab. So we're going to go to Pattaya in sometime in October. I'm not going to give dates, only to there's
weirdos will hunt you down.
People, man, weird ass people.
And I'm looking at one in the upper right of this screen right now, and his name is Mark. But
Mark, yeah,
Where?
yeah, he's one of them. But we're gonna meet up. I'm gonna meet up with Mark. I'm gonna meet up with Mitch. I'm hoping to meet up. I know I'm gonna meet up with Tom. I've already met up with Tom and Richard. Are you gonna be there in October? I'll meet up with Richard. I hear you're gonna come to Thailand for a special interview. But I thought you were gone. So
I thought Mitch. I mean, I've been so out of touch and out of tune with things lately. I lost track. I mean, I heard Mitch was in Thailand, but I thought he was going to Italy. Did he scrap that plan?
Yeah. He decided to go to the Sandbox and Phuket. He was there he stayed in Phuket like 2 weeks. He was in the Sandbox. And I think he stayed at least another 3 weeks after that. He didn't come to Pattaya until like a month and a half after he got to Phuket. He kind of wanted to hang in Phuket, so he did, which is great. That's one thing about being retired and in Thailand right now. But like I said, January or October 1st, I'm hearing they're gonna bring it from 14 days to 7 days, which means Mark would have been out already for 3 days, right? Yeah,
I'm sure they'll refund your money, Mark.
yeah, that'll happen.
Jake, I don't care about the money, but to get an early parole by 2 or 3 days, that would be heaven. But it is what it is. I knew when I signed up for this deal, I'd be here for 14 days. I'm here for 14 days. That's my
Randy.
tour.
Are you in Bangkok then?
If I get
Randy.
Where are you at?
Pattaya.
Pattaya. Okay, because I see the BKK.
Pattaya.
.fm. I didn't know what that was. Maybe that's a radio station.
Mike's pays him to advertise.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
He gets 3 baht for that.
3 baht sponsorship.
3 baht. No, 3 baht.
Well, I just mentioned it, so that should get you another 3 baht, right?
That'll get it more.
Right.
So
since I was mentioned on the Richard Travel Show, I've been inundated with offers, and Mike hit me up. So every now and again, I've just got to promote.
Right.
BKK FM.
Ever since I sent in a video to Richard, I had people subscribe to my channel, and I don't actually have a channel. I got like 4 subscribers to nothing. I don't know.
Mark has subscribers. How many subscribers do you have now?
Well, I got about 16 of the buggers now.
Outstanding. Hey, so one thing else, continuing the COVID talk. I don't know. Some of you guys know this. I work for the United States government, so
we won't hold that against you.
Well, don't. I mean, it pays the bills, right?
Hey.
And it might shut down this week. Shit, I don't know.
That's right, Friday. Yeah, Friday.
But the we have to. I'm a government civilian. I'm no longer in uniform. But the uniform people have no choice. They have to get a vaccine. The civilians like myself, we have to sign paperwork that says we have the vaccine or we don't have the vaccine. And if you don't have the vaccine, then there's all these other measures that you got to have, masks and testing and all these other things. I meing, it's basically kind of a way to make it so inconvenient for you that you'll just get the vaccine. But I mean, it wasn't a thing for me because I got it the first chance I could get it because of, one, what I told you before, and two, I've got an 83-year-old mother that lives real close to me, and she's got lung issues and stuff like that. I mean, that's the last thing you want to do is bring COVID into your mom's house, right?
That's that was one thing about traveling and all that kind of stuff too. Because if I go back, my mom's 89, I think. I'm horrible. Anyway, that's what I'm afraid of. Because even if I'm vaccinated, I could still carry it. So if I get on the plane and somebody, brushes into me or whatever, and I go to my mom's and give it, I'd never forgive myself. Although she has been vaccinated, so that's cool. And Neil had a question for you, Mark. Did you see that? How did our government? Did you answer him already?
Well, I just said to him basically, I'm retired. I put in my evidence that I did not renew my contract when it expired at the end of June. That I had sufficient funds to support myself indefinitely, and I was leaving Australia indefinitely, i.e., greater than 3 months. Had the stat deck. The Commonwealth stat deck, had a stat deck from my mate saying that I was wealthy beyond my means. No, that's bullshit. That I had enough money to support myself, and I understood and agreed with all the requirements that the Australian government put in place and the eventual return to Australia should it be deemed necessary. Bang, off I went.
And Richard, I had heard
got approved on the first attempt.
This is only rumors, but I heard that Mitch is getting on a plane, I think today, and he's planning on coming to that subscriber meetup in Frisco.
Reunion.
Just rumor. I don't know for sure, but it's something that I heard. So we'll see. Because or maybe I wasn't supposed to.
Where's
maybe
Mitch,
I wasn't supposed
where's
to
Mitch
say
nowadays? If he's not in
Pattaya.
Oh, he's in Pattaya.
Yeah.
So he'd leave and then have to come back and do another ASQ.
Yeah, I'm just kind of screwing with him.
Okay.
I'm screwing with Richard.
Of course, if it's 7 days, that's probably easier.
Yeah, well, supposedly it's supposed to be. But do you watch? You subscribe to Richard's Travel?
Yeah.
Richard? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like I said, I mean, once my little video went up on there, I mean, my shit took off quickly. I got 4 subscribers.
That's great, Richard. That's a good. Mitch, you don't rate anything now, man. He's canceled.
That's poor Mitch. No respect at all. Hey, fellas, it is a school night here in Florida, which means I got to go. So I'm just wanted to drop in and say hi.
Yeah,
you guys take care.
I was talking to Mitch earlier about that. I said, I haven't seen Gator in a while. I hope everything's okay. So
yeah,
worked out perfect. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's football season, so my Saturday mornings, and Richard, I know, changed his show to Friday nights, but if I got to get up at 6 o'clock to drive to a stadium 3 hours north of me, I'm a little. I'm not 35 years old anymore. Hey, Richard. Yeah, thanks. I love the fact that your mother loved the video. That was cool. You have no idea how many freaking mosquitoes bit me to make that video in that swamp. That was I had forgotten my mosquito spray, and it went to sundown, and I was like, oh man, I probably have dengue fever too, and along with COVID, who knows. But hey, guys, I want to drop by, say hi. It's good seeing you guys.
Yeah,
good seeing everybody's
anytime.
happy
You're
and
always
healthy.
welcome.
And
you're always welcome.
We'll check you out again.
Anytime you want. Yeah, you bet.
And have a great evening wherever you are.
All right, take it easy.
Bye.
Sawadee
krap.
Everybody's saying see you. Cool. Is Joe still in here? Joe, are you still in the chat? I don't know. He's got to be bouncing back and forth because I know Dana's on right now. He must be. I think he released the other. I watch his videos, and he got a care package from I think Dana, some shoes or something from in Thailand. Oh, he left already. What did he say? Gator? What? How did Florida do against Tennessee? See ya, Andy. How you doing, Andy? Andy sends me all sorts of good stuff. And everybody said have a great day. So anyway, and Mitch, what did he say he's having? Internet problems?
Yeah. Lost his
Yeah.
internet.
He's still.
Ah.
I mean, He must be on. He must be popping a few comments in there. I've seen him pop a few comments.
Yeah, I seen him pop some. We had 40 minutes.
Say goodbye if you get past.
So what the Tommy J. So
Yep.
behind on the show for this week. Who else is going to be on, Richard? Just what is it? Who is it? Rob? Just Rob? Oh, there we
20
go.
seconds in Thailand. Yeah.
22nd Rob. Or is it going to be somebody else on? Hey, Joe, there he is. Are you watching Dana's too? Are you back and forth between? You got to be. Or you got two phones like me. Somebody give Mitch a new string and tin cup. That's pretty good. Another. Oh, okay, cool. I'm just guessing, but I'm going to bet it's female. But we'll just see. I'll wait for the big surprise. I'm betting the secret guest is female.
Well, it's not me, I can tell you.
Yeah, I did.
And maybe it's Mark. Is it Mark?
No, not after Mitch went and cut my bloody lunch by ringing me in the middle of the most important interview in my life. Thank you very much, Mitch. I'll never get another call from Richard Travel ever again.
Yeah, I could do that. Can you send me? Yeah, I can. No problem. 3 streams on my kid. Yeah, I know. Because TT's on too, I think, right? Fantastic. Dana at studio and me. Let's see. 3 streams. Yeah.
But where would you rather be, people?
Did you posted your other video, right? To the one that I said, come on, this morning to? Hey, there's Gary. How you doing, Gary?
Gaza?
He was, I guess he was on earlier. He's got internet problems of some sort. And there's Tom. See you later.
Enjoy, Tom.
We'll catch up later.
Enjoy, Tom.
You got it, Tom. I'll talk to you soon.
See you, Tom.
What did I miss? Am I missing anything? Can't be. I only got 20 people. I still don't see how those people do it, like James and shit with 200 people and 150 people. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hang. I can do it with 20. I'm still behind.
So still riots in the street, Andy and Gaza? Or has Melbourne finally calmed down a little bit?
Where's that? He answered? No. Oh, he's here. How you doing, TT? Did you end your stream or are you just still streaming?
Peter?
Good.
Let's see.
Morning, Mr. Tastic.
So, what was the other thing that I wanted to say? There was some other stuff. They're saying, well, like I said before, it's going to October 1st and October 15th is going to pretty much tell everything that's going to happen in RITT in Thailand, I think. But I still going to stick by what I said. I think stuff's going to be pretty much wide open November 1st. They're saying now December 1st. every time I hear it, they push it back a month. But I'm still going to say I'm hoping November for these people that have the bars. They want to be open for sure December 1st for the high season. And what does the high season run here? I know I've been here, but I never paid attention to it. December
runs for a European winter, doesn't it? European winter. So say from about December through to the end of February. Does that sound about right, Brock?
Yeah, about then, November to February.
Okay. So yeah, because they got open.
I didn't dirty. AXA, Robert Jackson. There you go. Gave him a free plug. Remembered his name. He was fantastic. Melbourne has no protests for today, at least. Yesterday, a bunch of I saw that on the news. I saw that, Neil. Yeah, and the cops were all over him, like stink on a monkey.
They do like their rubber bullets, don't they?
Yeah, they had a whole lot of trucks trying to come into the city on a go slow, but the cops headed them off at the Khyber Pass, stopped them before they got too close to disrupting too much traffic.
Okay. Oh, where's Richard still? I gotta put his. thing in. Where is it? Did I miss it?
I think, dirty old man, as long as you pay the money, they'll accept you. But you've got to go with what the Thai government recommend. It is what it is. You want to get insurance over here, you've got to go with a company that's recognised by Thailand. I had full comprehensive private health insurance in Australia. They didn't even want to look at it. They wanted to go with a Thailand company. Their rules, their country, their call.
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I don't think anyway.
See you, Bob Mac.
Because I know that they were saying about a bunch about that it wasn't to get the COVID insurance here when you're here was cheap, is what I was told. I don't know the prices or who they who they went through.
Well, mine was a package deal. Mine was the minimum required insurance to live here on an OA visa, plus the 100,000 US COVID insurance. So it was all one great big package that AXA set up for me. But again, do your own research. Don't go by what some random dude on the internet says.
Let's see. I'm writing. Yeah, I don't know what it runs, but I don't think it's that expensive. But I'm hoping that they're not gonna. I'm imagining if they get rid of the queue completely and you just need to show you're been vaccinated and to have a test, I would think that you're not going to need the insurance. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, I mean, look, to come here now, I applied for my visa whilst in Australia. To come over here, it was a requirement. They do not want me to be a burden on the Thai economy or the Thai health system at all, and that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Happy to pay for the privilege to live here.
I'm happy. I'm glad that they even have me. So, okay, I'm done with that. Sorry, guys. Where are we at? Anybody else have any questions?
I posted a link to an American YouTuber who received a few biscuits from Australia. A few Aussies sent him some Tim Tams. He's got a box that weighs 16 kilos of Tim Tams.
Wow. Supermarket closing early, not enough people to run the stores. A lot of the people are doing 14 days home queue. The latest news. Wow.
Wow.
I
agree with you, Gazza, too. It's not a good look for the Victoria Police. God, I'd hate to be a copper right now.
It's got to be hard. Yeah, it's got to be tough. You know, how long has a lot of these places been locked down now?
Melbourne is the longest lockdown city in the world, and I'm sure that Andy will be right on with the figures. But we're talking maybe 260, 270 days now, Andy, or more.
Wow.
And yet Victoria Police, from what I hear, doesn't have a huge pickup on the vaccination. I think.
Hey, Baldy, how you doing?
Within that.
Glad you can make it by. Appreciate it.
30 odd days. Oh, Baldy Brian, I like your videos. I'm a subscriber. Subscriber here, Baldy Brian.
Yeah, I'm a subscriber too. Gary, 230. Gary says.
230. Yeah.
I didn't see Craig. Hey, Craig, how you doing? I have to look at him.
Craig.
Mitch catches all this crap, and he's saying hi to Baldy too. Cool. No internet, huh? That sucks. I think he just wanted to eat. Didn't want anybody to see him eat.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
That could be. Let's see.
You know, it's funny. The West Australian police had a totally different approach than the New South Wales, who were going real heavy-handed on fining every Tom, Dick and Harry. WA police were walking around, and if they saw 3 or 4 people in a bunch, they'd come up and say, "Hey, listen, guys, can you separate? Oh, you haven't got a mask? Here, have one." And the only guys they busted was some...
yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good there.
You got a bit of calamari just hanging off here, buddy.
That's
Bit
it.
of calamari. I know you like your calamari.
Hey, TT. Thai-tastic is in the house. Baldy
And
Brian in the
Baldy's-
house.
Yeah, you're
Craig.
saying hi. Cool. I just can't wake up this morning. How many cups
Yeah.
of coffee have you had, TT? And Richard, if you're still here, I sent you a Gmail thing, but I think I hope I sent it. If I didn't, if you look on my channel and you go into what is it, Mitch, that has my email? If you go into my about or whatever or something, it's got my email in there.
Yeah,
Richard,
yeah.
if you didn't get it.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
what are the? We have a love connection going on again. Did I miss out on this one?
Oh, still.
Take it easy and find out how to do it.
Mark and I are taking it slow, Dave. Just don't push it.
Yeah. He's got a lot of explaining to do to his gal when she gets there. You got a lot of explaining to do.
Huawei and Dirty Old Man are having their own side connection, Dave.
Are they? She said, "Good boy." Gary saying hello to you, Mitch.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
What happened? I got to go back on the line.
There we go. I gotta
take. I don't know how my deals work here.
Oh.
What's for lunch?
Well, I can tell you what's on the menu for me. What's the date today? 29th today. 29th for lunch is steamed rice with teriyaki chicken.
Wow.
I'm hoping it's
Not
not
bad.
like steak that's had me laid
Thanks,
up for
TT.
3 days now.
Thank you. What are you having? I missed it. Oh, Mitch. Oh,
steamed rice teriyaki chicken.
and you said the food's decent, right? Food's good.
Yeah. Apart from that one dodgy lunch I had 2 or 3 days ago, that's had me laid up. That's had me laid up in the fetal position for about 3 days.
Stuff happens. Stuff happens.
Welcome
Bound
to
to happen at
Thailand.
some point.
Yeah, exactly. I've been lucky. I haven't really. I think I've had one small bout with food here in 3 years, so that's not too bad. But I've got I get an iron stomach. I think I inherited it from my mother. My mother she's one of those Italian, you just freeze it. You can freeze it for 20 years and bring it out and eat it. And even if you freeze it when it's bad, boy, when you get it out, it's good. She'd eat anything. Mom, that's been sitting there for a week. No, it's okay. Yeah. But anyway, so I have a pretty good stomach.
Look, I have a cast iron gut normally. I mean, some of the crap that I've eaten while I've been up in the mountains is, but I don't know, this stuff here. I tell you, it's a way to lose weight, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. My kids ate some bad KFC many years ago.
Anybody that wants to come on, go ahead and jump on.
Couldn't eat it for years afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been lucky since I've been here. And you know what else too? I've in the beginning I couldn't even smell papaya salad. I couldn't even smell it. It would make my nose burn, my mouth burn, whatever. I'd have a couple of hey, Richard's coming on. Now she loads it up. Hey, Richard, how are you?
Hey,
sir?
what's up, guys?
Your mic sounds awesome. Your mic sounds good.
All right.
Yeah,
cheers, everybody.
Can you move your mic a little bit to the right?
Left. Oh, there you go.
Left.
I think he said, they're perfect. You were good. You were good when it was right about like this.
That's okay, Brock. Okay,
Just kidding.
Brock.
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I saw you on Maggie's stream. I hope everything worked out for her with that. That flooding that could have been scary. Any minute that could have came up on her deal.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of us were in there.
Yeah, there was
good
a lot
for
of
Richard. Richard's
Well,
in
he
the
put
house.
on
I
his-
better
It's a
dress
beautiful
put
up.
on
picture.
his red bikini. He doesn't put that on for
Yeah.
just anybody, Richard. But
Beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful.
with
I
her,
wish he
what
would.
got
mate.
my wife gone because she always watches, especially when I'm watching a female blogger.
Yeah.
She wants to know, who's that? Or whatever.
Karaoke
But
chicken.
she was really excited when she started picking up those crabs. That's my
funny.
wife's favorite. The crab in the papaya salad or whatever it is. That's her favorite. Hey, Uli's here. How you doing, Uli?
Hey,
Good to
Mr.
see you.
Mitch.
My voice is gone.
Mr. Mitch, I was thinking that
surprise, Dave. The water's coming up, and instead of going, "Oh, panic! Let's move all the stuff to get away from the water," they go, "Oh shit! There's crabs and fish on the road.
Let's
catch 'em."
jump in.
We
Yeah,
can eat
food,
those.
food.
Go ahead, Richard. You had something you wanted to say to
I was just saying that that picture that Mr. Mitch had with the red bikini, that
Mhm.
pretty much represents the talent in Pattaya right now, I think.
Ooh.
Nobody's there.
Oh, there's people here.
There's some there?
Lots of people here.
I like I had said before, is it gonna be 100% back to normal in 24 hours after they say, hey, it's open, come on in? First off, it ain't never going to happen like that. Second of all, what's so bad about Thailand with a third or a 10th or a 20th of their normal, people coming in? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with going to the beach and actually be able to walk on the beach?
Yeah.
And the people still make their money. That's the thing. They need to get some people here because these people don't need much. You go there and you buy a 40 baht deal of rice or something, that keeps their lights on and feeds 3 of them and, does everything. So I still think I'm optimistic. And I had a question for Richard, actually. I had talked to Mitch and asked Mitch, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but
Yeah, let's
is there a
ask him on
reason?
air. That's good. No.
Yeah, I will. Is there a reason that you want to go to Singapore versus coming to Thailand? And the only reason I'm saying that is because of cost, because I know Singapore is expensive to live. I was just curious. You don't have to answer. I'm not putting you on the spot or anything.
I should not answer. That'd be so funny. Just be quiet.
Oh shit.
No, I think it's a place that's always been on my bucket list of places to go to. I have a couple of friends that are living there and working there now, and they say they love it. To your point, you have to earn a lot of money because it's not cheap. It's actually more expensive than the U.S.
Yeah, that's what my understanding was.
I think, I would love to be there for a year. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, though, Dave. I kind of feel like Thailand's still top my list, but then what city do I go to? Am I looking at Jom Tien maybe, or do I go down south where Rob is, which is what we'll talk to him about on the show, is down in Phuket, Kamala.
Cool.
That area is nice too. So
I think any of those two that you mentioned there would be perfect. And what my thing is, if you got there fairly quick, some of these places that Mitch has been looking at, and he kind of sends me stuff, and I've seen are off the hook at 10,000, 12,000 baht for ocean full 180 degree view, just gorgeous places. It's extra, and you could tie somebody up to a 1 year or 2 year even.
Well, I'll tell you, I firmly think like those condo rent prices are going to double come January, February.
I think so too.
So I had a studio apartment in Jom Tien in 2016, and I paid 25,000 baht a month. Like that's crazy prices now. Like no one would ever pay that. No. That would probably go for 12,000 baht today.
Right.
It was a beautiful place.
So when are you planning, if you are to do something? Is it going to be next year?
It's going to be probably January, February. I'm working on getting some things lined up, actually kind of this week, so that I can maybe pull the trigger January, February to come out full time. Leave my apartment behind in San Francisco and move out there.
It might be advantageous to have your buddy Mitch keep you in the loop on a couple of these and sew them up before December. And even if you had to pay 2 months at an extra 2 months rent of 12,000, that's a lot better than paying a whole year at 25 or 22 or whatever. Just my personal opinion. I don't know.
Well, Dave, I was kind of hoping we could talk about maybe
I'm in Italy, Dave,
in your house.
Yeah, I'm in Italy.
People are bidding for Under the Stairs, and there's they've had 3 offers so far. Joe,
what's the price? Is it a price war?
It's expensive. Yeah, it's expensive. My wife, she cracks up because she reads a lot of this stuff. What are these people talking about under the stairs? I have to let her in on the little joke on that. But I can't wait for it to be done. But that was my only. I want to go to Singapore too, but I want to go to Australia. But I've got a lot of relatives in Australia. But I heard Australia's off the hook expensive too. And I wouldn't go there to live, but and I have family there, so I could, if I wanted to, I wouldn't. I would stay in a hotel. But my cousins are telling me it's more expensive than the U.S. And I know Singapore is pretty much the same way. But I'd like to go there and see it.
The benefits of Singapore, as I know it, is it's easy for you to kind of travel there and work and live there full time. It's easy to kind of get that visa. Okay. So I don't know if Mitch knows anything about that. I feel like Mitch has been around the world a little bit. Mark, have you been around the world a little bit too?
It's been a long time since I've been around the world. Yeah.
Well, what are they offering now? They're offering so many different visas here in Thailand. It changes every day. That they offer something new. But if you're going to be working, but you're going to be working on the internet type stuff.
Well, right? So I figure I'll probably still have to travel back to the U.S. every now and again to have business meetings because my business will be based out of the U.S. But right. What's not to say I go stay with my mom for a week. Knock out those business meetings and come back to Thailand. So I don't see the need to have a $2,500 a month apartment. Which is what I have now. So it's just so much money going out.
Well, you're living in one of the most expensive places in California, anyway.
Yeah. So you want to hear something funny? I walked out my front stairs and almost walked right into poop. Like someone had dropped there in the front. I'm like, unbelievable. Just gets better and better each day. Unreal.
I'm sorry. I couldn't make it somewhere. Sorry about that, Richard.
I'll blame that on Ben Manila. Ben Manila is coming out to meet me.
Oh.
Some people put a post-it note. Mr. Mitch is all class.
Yeah. Like when I bump somebody's car in a parking lot, I put a note.
I visited Frisco and I really liked it, but I would never, unless I had to work, I would never live there. It was fun to visit and go for a couple of weeks, and I stopped there in a couple of cruises that I took. Would go into Frisco and hang out for a day and go to Fisherman's Wharf and that kind of stuff with my wife. And but a lot of people, when they retired from there, see, I got all the doctors that were in right before I retired, the last retirement job I took was a building engineer for UCSF. And they had a teaching facility that was brand new in Fresno, next to the main hospital, the trauma center for the valley there in Fresno. And the doctors, boy, they just hated coming there to teach or to get transferred there to, whatever, because they get 105, 108 in Fresno. And they're going to, right now it's 73 degrees in Frisco, and gorgeous, So I did like their weather-wise, but a lot of people, when they retired and sold, they sold their houses for $2 million and came up to buy where I was up in the High Sierras and bought 5-acre, gorgeous, 4,000 square foot, 5,000 square foot homes for $400,000, and banked $1.5 million, So that made it nice. So actually owning something was advantageous to be owning real estate in Frisco. That was for sure. But it goes up all over. But somebody say something.
Lou just joined the stream, so welcome.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Lou? I'm really looking forward to meeting you. Hopefully, like I said, I'm going in October, so I'll see. James probably won't be back, but I'll definitely already met up with Tom, Thailand Digital Nomad, and I'll see Mitch and I'll see Mark and who else? I guess I'll meet TT too. I hope be around. I definitely have a cup of coffee or something. 5 or 6 guys anyway, so I'm sure somebody will bring I probably won't vlog anything, but it's really weird now because they got some weirdos and stuff, and everybody's telling me, don't tell them exactly where you're going. Don't tell them what dates you're going to be there. Don't tell them. It's like, man, but most of the guys that are up my rear aren't men at all. And won't do anything to my face anyway. They won't even do anything straight to my, to my email or my deal. They go through other people, But
yeah, I used to think that was crazy, Dave, when people would tell me, hey, they put a vlog out after they've checked out of the hotel or after they've moved cities. I used to think that was crazy, but it actually makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on behind the scenes that you guys probably don't see that we got to put up with. Like, it's nuts. So it's bizarre.
Well, when I had like under 100 subs and everything, and I do, videos, and when I first started doing live streams, I said, man, I need a troll. I've got to have a troll. I don't think I'm on YouTube until I at least have one troll. And I had, exactly. Everybody told me, you're going to regret saying that because when you get it, you're not going to like it. But you know what? I'm pretty thick skinned. I've had people say stuff about me, and then I kind of try to let it roll off, which isn't the old me. If somebody confronted me like I've been confronted through people in the past, couple months, 3 months, it would have been a different outcome. I can guarantee you that if this was 15, 20 years ago. But now between my wife and the Thai culture, it's like, all right, relax and everything will be okay. And don't do anything stupid. But otherwise, I wouldn't take anybody, degrading me or talking illy of me. I just not my lifestyle. It just wasn't something that happened to me much, but otherwise though, the people that are on this channel and you, Rich, everybody that comes on, it weighs it 200 times over. I would keep doing it because of the people and the friends that I've met through YouTube. So it's all worth it. And like I said, I'm going to do this until I'm not having fun anymore. And I can't see that happening. Just sitting around.
That's such a great point. I mean, for me, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, for me, it's the comments. So I'll get a nice comment after the show when I'm run down, I'm tired, and it just like lifts my sails. Then I go right into like creating the thumbnail for the next week. It's like, that's so great. Just like little things that people say, it's great.
And it is. The people on here, like I said, everybody's good. Go ahead, Mark. You
watched, I'm sure that most people here watch Paddy Doyle, and about a month or 6 weeks ago, Paddy was in a really low spot in his life. And he said on one of his live streams that the thing that lifted his spirits was reading all the positive comments that his, thousands of subscribers, me being one of them, put out there. So I get what you're saying, Richard. I mean, for every one negative comment, if you've got 9 or 10 positive ones, then bugger the negativity. You're going to get that in any part of your life.
Exactly. And like I said, some people say, well, if you acknowledge them or if you do something, if you say that, it's what they want. It's what I'll acknowledge it if I feel like acknowledging it. If I don't, I won't say anything. But anybody that has a problem with me or what I've done or what anything, where I'm at. I mean, I'm sitting right here in Surin. If you want me to drop a pin, I'll drop a pin and give you the exact location and a time that's convenient. But is it something that I want? No, I'd rather not. My wife would go completely crazy. This one might roll over in her grave because she made me promise not to ever go back to my old ways before she passed. So I try to honor that, but it isn't. But like I said, it's 99% great. I got to meet people that I would never met. I would have never met you. I would have never met Mitch, Mark, Brock, anybody. Anybody that's in the room right now, I would have never met them. And I get to meet everybody face to face eventually. I don't know if that's good or bad.
And I would never have got up. I would never have got upgraded to business class, courtly of
without Rich. Yeah, that's right.
So anyone that wants to travel, just drop a link at the booking office at Richard Travel Show, and you'll get upgraded to business class.
And don't think I won't try it. I'll try it. My next flight, I'll try it.
Oh, it's so great. So great.
Where's Mitch? Is he asleep? Mitch?
No, I'm here. Yeah. I just got a refill and I just haven't hit camera again. It's kind of nice.
You still got your red bikini on?
I trim my nose hairs and stuff right here. I'm multitasking.
A funny story. I got I got a mate of mine in Adelaide who actually today, he messaged me today, actually got rejected on his first application to leave Australia. And I just said, just keep trying. But when he was doing all of his paperwork, he said, "Oh, have you got a link to Richard Travel? Because I might try to get an upgrade as well." So
you know what? I got an email from that guy. I have to respond back to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you get my email, Richard?
Yeah, I did. I got it just now. Yeah, I got it here.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
thank
if
you. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know if I sent it or not. I'm so.
That's a great picture you included too. Thanks for the picture of you. Is that you getting out of the shower? Wow.
Yeah, but I got the towel. I got the towel kind of put up to where you can't really see much.
Let's do some push-ups. You look.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just the part that's hanging out the bottom of the towel that I tried.
Oh,
to
yeah,
cover.
now I see that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I tried to cover that.
Jesus.
But I need a big towel. I need a big towel. I'm such a liar.
I'm doing a fans only stream right now, so I can't show. I can't.
Yeah, I just went to Mr. Mitch's OnlyFans site. Wow, quite a lot of pictures, Mr. Mitch. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's okay. I kind of get recognized without the mask, but and the ball and the gag and stuff. But it's
so
all right.
it's
okay.
blank
Pays the bills.
Got to pay the bills.
Brock, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Richard. I'm doing well.
Yeah, health is good. Everything's good.
Yeah, health's as good as it can be for an old man.
Yeah, preach to the choir, man.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, this getting
got a long
old.
way to get to me, mate.
Getting old sucks. I'll be the first one to tell y'all. I never thought I'd live this long, so good for that. But I'll tell you what, man, these aches and pains.
Oh, that's going to be
What's
great.
that?
What's your first place you're going to?
Home.
Yeah.
Haircut.
Yeah.
Haircut. Yeah.
I think he's going to meet Mitch.
Yeah,
before his wife or his gal, he's going to meet Mitch. Me too. I never met.
Yeah, but don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. If she finds out that I've put bros before the missus, well, then I'm going to be in all sorts of shit. So.
Yeah, but you just show her the picture of him in that red bikini, and she goes, "I don't blame you, honey.
Yeah,
you had to go. You had to go for that."
Everyone has a limit, and it's just where.
You know what? I feel like Huawei gets
downstairs again.
Yeah.
What is that, Richard?
I feel like Huawei it's Huawei, right? Is that how we're saying her name?
Huawei.
Yeah.
Huawei.
I feel like she's on every live stream. It's so awesome. She's on mine. She's on yours. She's on everybody's.
She's everywhere.
Great.
She's great. Yeah, she's great.
She goes everywhere. Dirty old man does.
That just sounds wrong.
Now, you're not coming to Thailand, Richard. You're not coming to Thailand until you're going to be moving here.
Well,
or moving this way, or
both things are going to align. I think the first time I can get out there with no quarantine, no certificate of entry, will probably be January, probably February.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might as well just move out there. So I feel like I'll get rid of my apartment a couple weeks before, and move out there 2 suitcases.
The biggest thing is if you can't retire. The second thing for me, if I would have known what I know now when I was younger, I would have come here and worked somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you can do that and make a living, I don't know. In the United States, like you said, you tried to exit your building and there was a package on the concrete. That kind of stuff. And my wife for a long time, she didn't want to go.
It spelled out Richard Travel, which was weird. It was probably just a coincidence. I don't think that.
Yeah, but Mark paid a lot of money to have somebody do that. It cost him a pretty penny.
But Dave, speaking of the trolls and stuff, I feel like the reason why I would not live in Thailand and maybe choose Singapore or some other country is because of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't do that, and this is, you got to have a work permit. It's like, all right, I'll just go live in another country and visit Thailand.
Right.
Yeah,
and come over on the weekends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's close. What is it? A 2 hour flight?
Yeah, 2 hour flight. Yeah.
Hour flight, hour and a half flight.
That I understand.
2 hours.
That I understand. Because if anybody, I hate to say it, if anybody confronted me when I was there, especially with my family, when I go there with my family, it wouldn't turn out pretty. I would hope that somebody would at least have enough, to understand that. I can't see it. Mitch, what? Mitch Finding a lady boy.
Now,
Kind of the same.
Mitch, you know
Kind of
it's
the
not
same.
from me.
Kind
You
of the
know
same
who it's
haircut.
From. You know who it's from.
It's the same haircut.
You know, Mark, you got to be careful, man. That last word will get you in trouble on YouTube. So
Will
be
it?
careful. Yeah,
Oh.
we'll get you in trouble. Yeah, you got to
Thanks,
use the abbreviation.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
it'll get you in trouble. Be careful. I've had a couple emails from YouTube with guys that write that, so I added to my list of banned words. Yeah, not good. Yeah, it's not good.
Oh,
Community guidelines violation.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks,
You're
Joe.
all right.
Before I put any content at all on my channel, you've already got me barred.
That's funny. Oh,
Yeah, but
Sorry to my
was it the same word that I'm thinking? What was the last word? Was
LB,
lady?
LB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how does Waza? Every time he starts a show, he'll say, "This is my wife or future wife or whatever," and she is a LB. He says it right out every time.
He's probably getting that yellow
I
dollar
think
sign after the live show, so he's getting very minimal revenue from YouTube.
Oh,
on
really?
that.
Is that what
Yeah.
they do? See, I don't get any money, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I don't know what they would take away from me.
Yeah.
I heard him. Yeah. I think he does. You are right. Now that you say that, you're right.
Look, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, everyone that I've met have been nothing but happy and smiling, and some of the better people to hang around and have a good time with.
Oh, for sure.
You know, if you just want to drink and whatever, you know. What'd you do? Change it, or he did?
So great.
He's
Smart
amended
guy.
it now. Too late. Damage is done. My channel's in the toilet.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Yeah.
Jesus.
I got a
I don't
yellow
know
dollar
Get
sign
on
on this
Read
last
My
live
Travel
stream.
Show
What's
again.
a yellow dollar sign? Because I don't know
Means
any of that stuff. I'm not
limited advertisers. Yeah, limited advertisers will advertise on your video, so you get a lower per click, like revenue, and then rate, and then also just fewer advertisers. So you're gonna get some guy advertising socks, you know, for long flights or something. Yeah.
Okay.
So nice.
Cobra
Mitch.
Kai rocks, man.
That took Mitch a half an hour to put that on.
Here, let's put him full screen. Watch this.
God.
He
Must have
turns the
been
camera
strong
off.
coffee, Mitch.
Oh, he went back to coffee. Yeah, well, because like I said, they don't ever.
I'm
The only thing
myself.
on my monetization. Am I saying that right? I don't know, but it says that I have enough hours. I got like 5,000 hours. I've got
good.
600 and something subs, but it also has a third one there. It says that you can't be monetized unless you have no strikes against you or whatever. And I don't have any of those. I don't even know what those are. I guess they're copyright strikes. Is that what it is?
Oh yeah, don't get me started on that, man. I've been through that war. When I first started my channel with 100 subscribers, I was shut down for a month. It was horrible.
Really?
Yeah, copyright
Luckily,
violation. Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have any.
Yeah. Well, you may get one. The trolls can do it anytime, man. It can be a troll attack that can get you. You're guilty until proven innocent on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to prove yourself innocent. They'll shut you down first, then you have to prove that you're not doing anything wrong. They'll reinstate you. Yeah, it takes a little while.
Well, that sounds like a nice American way. You're guilty until proven.
Giving you guys too much information, man. The bizarro land of YouTube.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, well, I didn't know any of this. You got to realize it's been under a year, I think. I didn't know nothing about YouTube. I was putting them up just so my family could see them and, that kind of crap. And then after I did the interview with Joe, he said, you ought to do it. It's fun and keep giving you something to do, blah, 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 blah. And I did. And I do. I enjoy it. I never thought I would, but I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it.
So, Dave, how are you liking the new time of my show? Is it easier for you?
Oh, yeah. A lot easier for me. I don't know who's getting it the worst. Australia.
No, UK. Australia's loving it.
UK. Yeah,
UK's hating
because they're the same, right? Because I think I said to Brock, I'm going on tomorrow morning my time. He said it's morning my time too. So, because that's where Nikki is. Nikki's in the UK.
Yeah, she's missed the
2:00
last
in the
couple.
morning.
Yeah, she's been so nice. She sent me comments saying, I'm so sorry, I'll make the next one. But
she's great.
I feel bad. But, when I first started out doing the live streams on Fridays, I was picking up a lot of Australians, and they were like my loyal following. They really what got me over 1,000 subscribers were the Aussies. So
I think so too. That's mainly mine too.
Yeah,
mine is the
sure.
UK,
Aussie,
America,
New Zealand. Yeah,
and actually Thailand is a lot of my deal. I don't know if that's maybe my wife or something. I don't know. Maybe she's talking to her relatives. Please subscribe. But I'd like to, because I don't know all the restrictions. I tried to do a live stream through my GoPro 9 onto my phone, on my phone internet, deal, and it wouldn't let me do it. And I guess I can't do that until I'm monetized, is what I'm gathering.
Yeah, you can't go mobile natively like that. You have to utilize a StreamYard.
I did with StreamYard once. I did it once.
Yeah,
and that's what I'll do.
And that's how I got around it. Yeah.
Yeah. I did it once from the house, or twice maybe, just little test ones to see if it worked. And it seemed to work okay. I have pretty good internet on the one, my Thai phone. This one, there's the one that has my wife's TOT card in it. And the new internet she got me is pretty good internet.
Wazza did a live stream. Wazza did a live stream during the week where he uses Discord. You've heard of Discord, and he was broadcasting. He had a camera facing him on his motorbike. He had a camera facing that way on his motorbike, and he had people back in the virtual studio of Discord. And he loves Discord because it's free of all the encumbrances that you get from Facebook and YouTube. Connection? So, but he managed to stream live. But then he's downloaded it all, stuck it on a YouTube video, and he's just released it on his channel. So,
yeah.
Have you ever
Discord?
Have you ever had him on, Richard?
What is he? Who is he?
That's
Wazza and Shanya's life in Thailand. Wazza
he's married to a transgender, right? Transgender.
Transgender, yeah.
Oh,
He's Australian, right? Australian?
From Sydney.
Yeah. I was amazed. You ought to watch his show. It'd be very interesting because he said he doesn't seem like he shies away from anything. If you ask him out, like I was real curious. What was she when you first met her? Because he's been with her how long? 12 years, 14 years,
14
or something?
years. 14 years.
And my curiosity was she a she then that she is now? I mean, I understand. And I was really weird with that stuff when I was growing up. And now when I look at it, I'm going, man, this guy's he's on the up and up. I like him. He's straightforward with his stuff, and you have to check him out because I think it would be probably a semi-controversial type thing, but he's really good with. You'd have to watch him to see what you
check it out.
think. Yeah, you'll understand what I'm saying when you watch him once or twice.
Yeah, I think that's why I love Thailand so much, Dave, is because there's no judgments, right? You can't come over here or come over to Thailand with your American eyes, right? You're going to see it differently. Like what you said, you thought that was weird growing up in America, and it probably was weird. But
yeah, definitely.
Like in Thailand, it's all love everyone, no judgments.
And she's like a crack up, they have a really good chemistry together. I think it would be an ideal thing. Is why I'm mentioning it to you.
Yeah,
she's beautiful.
Well, I am trying to kind of branch out a little bit. I have people coming on, like a couple from Singapore. I'm trying to bring on a couple from Malaysia. I'm just kind of trying to go a little bit more Richard travel feel, not so much Thailand, just because it's nuts, man. If I niche down to Thailand too much, it's getting a little crazy with the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. So I just want to let people know that, listen, I'm a businessman. I'm not retired. I'm not living in Thailand. I get a lot of grief because people say he's not even in Thailand. Well, I never said I was, man. I got a job.
I know.
I'm an American living in America. I vacation in Thailand. I've been
but that's
very transparent.
These same guys that are sitting in their mother's basement in jockey shorts at 53 years old, and they've got nothing better to do.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I like that. In fact, now you just reminded me. I've only got one page left, and I've said this for the past 2 months. I got one page left in my passport. I've got to get it done because as soon as this opens, I want to go to definitely Laos and Cambodia and probably Vietnam and probably Singapore. And I'm not going to be able to go anywhere. I got to renew my retirement visa in February. That's going to take that page up, and they might not even do it if I've only have one page left. So I got to send mine to the U.S. Embassy and get a. I've been threatening to do it for 2 months. I'm such a procrastinator. I'm horrible. I need to do it.
Mitch has lost his internet connection again. He apologizes to everybody out in the chat.
So, Dave, that's my question to you is, when I come out there, if I'm working there here and there, I've been told you have to have like another redundancy with internet. Like you have your Wi-Fi, AIS, whatever that is, but then you have like a separate hotspot just in case your Wi-Fi goes down, right? Is that still pretty high quality internet? If you have to hotspot off your phone or something? If
you caught any of the show from yesterday, it wasn't the greatest in the world because I don't have it just for that, but I lost my internet in the middle of the stream, and I went on the phone here and attached that to my computer, and I didn't realize it was kind of laggy a little bit and kind of did this and that. But at the end, I thought the internet came back, but the whole last part of the show I was on a hotspot on this. But if you get the regular hotspots and you have a good card in it, like what Brock has right there, I think it's great, isn't it? And it's perfect, right? That's what you run your whole house at.
Yeah,
right.
I ran my whole house on it for years. So you've got everybody plus TV.
Who is it? AIS?
This had AIS in it, yeah.
AIS, yeah. And I would probably, even though my wife says TOT, that's the government company that she works for, but I had less problems with AIS. I have to be honest.
Good to know.
But and if you have that right in the middle of it, you can go boom, boom, and within a minute and a half, I was back on. And what was weird, I was on StreamYard, right? And I had my phone, so I had my two phones that have separate ones, T-Mobile, that I have internet with, and the other one. And I'm watching it on there, and Brock and Mitch, and I forget who else was on, they're still talking in StreamYard, and I'm gone.
Yeah, so that's the best thing about StreamYard. You can come right back in, like you didn't, no big deal.
They were still talking to each other. Yeah, and I went back in. So yeah, I would. Yeah, they aren't expensive, are they, Brock? How much are those things? Like $100 or something? American.
Let me just have a quick look for that.
They're not real expensive, and neither is the AIS card.
Gotcha.
Because the AIS, you go off of what you use, right, Brock? If you don't use anything, you pay as you go, or whatever.
I was using a 200 baht a month, unlimited internet.
200 baht unlimited.
Yeah.
And how much did that cost you? 200 baht.
Yeah, 200 baht.
My mind's gone.
Welcome to the chat, Penis
NV.
So, Dave, a question for you: when would you delete someone from the chat with the crazy screen name? Where do you draw the line?
That?
Where do you draw the line?
I don't. Mine is probably different than most because I am really a true person, and there's people out there that aren't, and they say that I don't need to make any money off as long as I don't get kicked off, I don't care whether they don't give me any money or they don't do this because I don't do it for that, and a lot of people do. Like, I know what's his name? Jeremy on Do More Life. Okay. I understand you can't go on and say, you can't say vaccine. You can't say COVID. You can't do anything because he's afraid he's going to, but he's living here off of that and teaching. I understand that. That's no problem. So I guess for me, I have a higher tolerance for something like that. And even if somebody comes on, if they disagree with what I'm saying or with what you're saying, and they do it respectively, they could say whatever they want. I got no problem with that. You don't have to be exactly like me, of my beliefs.
Sure. Yeah. The only thing I would tell you is it's good to have those habits baked in early, because when you do get monetized, if you start getting flagged for stuff you were saying back before you got monetized, then you're like, crap, I got to stop saying that so hard. I've been saying it for a year,
I've been trying not to cuss. If somebody comes in when Mitch is, Mitch is here most of the time. He's he's quick
Well,
on the trigger. Boom, boom, it's gone.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and
you
so
know
he's
what'll
good.
get you? You can say like D word, S word. It's the F bombs that
Yeah, they
that
don't.
YouTube does
And
not
I try
like.
not
Yeah.
to say that because
Yeah.
my son could have the kids watching it, my grandkids.
Yeah.
So I try to. Has it happened? A couple of times.
Really?
But my wife.
I don't think
My
I've
wife.
ever heard you drop the F bomb.
I try not to, man. You know what it was is when the way that I grew up around motorcycles and stuff like that, it was just truckers talk. Every other word was that, right? And then when my wife, when we moved up to Fresno, and I left that life, she asked, she went to church and started going to, and she had her friends over and stuff, and I'd be on the phone talking, and my wife's just, her poor church people are going, who the heck is this,
So I
she
think
pulled
you and
me
I grew
aside.
up similar because I grew up blue collar in construction. So I was working on job sites with my dads and uncles.
And that was the rest. That was the rest
Yeah.
of it. I was HVAC. I was on
Nuts,
construction
man.
sites too. So it took me a while, and she was very gracious. The only thing is that I never. She wanted me to care what people think, and I never could quite get that. I really don't give a rat's what if they don't either like me or you don't like me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there, and tell somebody, oh, I really, I don't.
Oh, thanks, Brock.
I
That's
don't care.
helpful information. I'm gonna check that out.
What was it?
Put the pocket
What was
Wi-Fi. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh
you
yeah,
there.
no worries.
Brock put the link and
But
everything up
anyway,
there.
but so I really have a very conscious of what I say. Like I tell the one story, and I've said it a couple of times on here. My uncles, we used to go up to Bass Lake right by where I live now. So every time I drive by the lake, which was 2 miles from my house, we had 3 weeks every summer from when I was 6 years old until I was 18. That was my two uncles, and the one had 7 kids, the other had 3. We had a family one with. Anyway, when we first moved, God, I lost my train of thought. There's that old
Brock.
song.
See you later, Brock. Thanks for coming out.
You getting tomatoes? God, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to
Damn it.
say. Oh, so when we were on Bass Lake, I think we were 12 or 13 years old. Never heard my uncles say a cuss word. Never. And they took me and my cousin Rich were 6 months apart. And I think we were 13 for the first time out in a little aluminum boat. And we started fishing, and they went, oh, what the F, and then the mother F. And me and my cousin are looking at each other going, we're looking at them, and they go, oh, well, you're old enough now. You need to know you're not supposed to cuss in the presence of women. We don't cuss in front of women or children. You're not children anymore, so you can hear it every once in a while. They had enough control to be able to do that. And I'll tell you another story. I used to fight a lot when I was younger, okay? And we went to a party. We were in high school. It was a college party, right? Football and everything else. And so I was a little bit tipsy, and I didn't have a girl that night. So I, of course, had to say stuff about all the other football players and stuff that had girls with them because I'm just an idiot. So I did it, and I ended up getting in a fight with this guy, and he said he knew karate and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going, yeah. He take off your jacket. He got his jacket about half down on his arms, and I beat the crap out of him while he still had his jacket on the ground, right? So his girlfriend comes over and starts grabbing me, and and I'm trying to push her away at the same time, and I'm saying profanities, right? So all of a sudden somebody comes up and grabs my shoulder, and I knew it wasn't a woman, and I turned around, and before I could let it go or pull it back, it was a cop.
Oh.
And I cracked him, and he went down, and his partner cracked me across the side of the head with their flashlights and knocked me down. And I immediately put my hand. I knew what I had done was bad. So they took me to the station, and they put me in a room that had a little window, right? And I'm looking out this window, and I'm still cuffed. And all of a sudden, here comes the cop that I hit. Oh. He opens up the door, closes the door, and then pulls down a little shade. And I go, oh, crap. And I'm looking at him. He goes, hey, don't worry. He goes, I didn't identify myself. I just want to let you know that I'm sorry for that. I said, no problem. I'm sorry I hit you. I mean, I didn't know. He goes, I know. So anyway, the moral of the story is when we go to court, well, the guy didn't show up because I told him not to show up. And I stood up. Judge says, Dave, and I stand up and he says, assault and battery, blah, 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 blah. Charges dropped because the guy wasn't there. The girl, though, does come. Back then, there was a law that said you cannot use profanity in the presence of women and children. So they get her up on the stand, and me standing there, and the judge goes, okay, what did he say? Oh, I could never repeat that. He goes, no, if you can't tell me what he said, I can't do anything. Oh, I could never repeat what he said. Case dismissed, and I walked out.
Wow.
And they ended up changing that law later to where now you can, because women said, why, you can cuss in front of us. Why are we any different? So it's like they changed that. They changed it. Yeah. I had a lot of fun when I was growing up. I got to admit, some of them I can't even say. I said I have to start a new channel to be able to tell some of the stories. But I had a lot of fun too. But so I try not to cuss for my wife and my wife now, and just it's better. There's no reason. You don't need to do that. It's just no reason to do it. But
it's funny.
So
a similar story. Growing up, I was bullied by some kids down the street. They were 5 years older than me. I came running home and told my dad. I said, Dad, these guys are like talking shit to me. It's just not cool. And he's like, son, go back there, find the biggest guy and punch him right in the face. I said, Dad, what are you talking about? He said, before they even know what hits them, go back there, find the biggest guy, punch him right in the face. So I went back there, punched him in the face, and all the other guys got on top of me. It's like a pile on, right? So it was all crazy assholes and elbows going everywhere, And then my dad put me in martial arts the next day. So
there you go.
I've had like a passion.
My dad was the biggest prick that walked the planet. He was my stepfather. He would boxed in the Navy. He was a underwater demolition in Korea and stuff, right? He was just a badass. He was a badass, right? So when there was a kid up the street, I was like, I want to say I was 12 or 13, and he was probably 16, 17. He was in high school, right? And I came home, and the kid beat me up pretty good. I mean, I kind of held my own, but he twice my size, right? So I come down and I walk into the old man, looks at me, what the hell happened to you? Said the kid down the street, and he goes, the teenager? I said, yeah. He goes, well, get your ass on down there and don't come back home until you beat the crap out of him. So I go out there and I'm sitting on the curb right out in front, and I'm going, I'm just going to get beat up again. I mean, what is this going to accomplish, right? So I'm thinking, I go, oh, okay, maybe I got an idea. So I go up to the door and I knock on the door, and the kid answers the door, and I have a handful of sand in my hand, threw it in his face, and I beat the crap out of him right in his own, little lobby there, right? And I ran my ass back home. We're only like 6 houses away.
Yeah, I feel like that's the stuff you could do back in the day, Dave. Today,
you can't do it. No, you go to jail forever.
Yeah.
And the old man, him and his dad came walking down the street, and the old man said, "You turn your ass around and go back to where you came from."
I feel like Brock would have some good stories to tell about fights growing up. I feel like he's kind of a mean dude.
Yeah, Aussies like to mix it up occasionally. But see, now when I was younger, when we got in a fight, and I'm saying when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, if you knocked somebody down or somebody knocked me down at the end of the party or whatever we were at, we were buying each other beers and drinking and laughing. And, it wasn't run into a car, get a 9mm, come back and fill you full of 4 shots in the gut and, and kill you, which is what they'll do now. That's what scared the crap out of me raising my son, because he heard all the stories about me from my ex-wife, which is a whole nother deal. But anyway, when he was going to school, I mean, he's going, well, these kids are doing, I said, just let them go, man. Let it go. Because I was afraid, that because even if they're little kids in Fresno, they would run to their car and get a gun and come back and shoot my son.
Yeah, that's not
it's
good.
Scary.
And it's funny because, well, it's not funny, but it's tragic. Actually, when I've been coming to Pattaya for about a year and a half, there was an American guy that was being just a total a-hole at the bar, right? And he knew he was getting under my skin. He's playing this crappy music I didn't like. And I was just like, this is my bar, man. This guy's taking over the place, being loud, mistreating the women, this kind of stuff. So the bar help saw that I was starting to get hot, and they all came over and said, it's not worth it. Don't do it. You'll get blacklisted. And that's the first time I heard about the blacklist. Like if you get in a fight with another Farang, another expat, they'll put you on the blacklist. You're gone 10, 15 years.
Really?
So it's
Why?
not worth.
That's the first time hearing of this.
Yeah, you cannot get in a fight with like another expat, another foreigner. Thailand doesn't care. They don't care.
I could see if you got in a fight with the Thai person.
Well, that's actually better. If you get in a fight with like two foreigners, they don't care. They just put you both in jail.
And you have to be in a bar, or does it matter? Like
doesn't matter. Any kind of fight, blacklist. Yeah, they don't mess around with that. Shit. That's like serious. If you're lucky,
blacklisted from coming to Thailand.
Yeah.
So they could take my stuff away.
You won't be able to come through immigration anymore. You're on the blacklist.
Really?
That was so for me. That's one way to talk me down. Like, okay, so
I'll tell you what, you talked me out of situations that maybe I wouldn't have done now. I mean,
the smart situation is get your friends involved.
Yeah, and what do you do? Like if somebody's aggressive towards you and they're swinging on you and they hit you 2 or 3 times, you're still not allowed to defend yourself. You can't defend yourself.
Well, you're probably going to go to jail anyways. If he hits you, you're going to jail because you're involved. So I would say at that point, you might as well get some licks in, man.
Right.
Make it worth your while. He's got a good story to tell.
That's amazing. I didn't know
you really
that.
Got to walk away. Yeah, I've walked away a couple times.
Yeah, because I never been
Soy Bucal.
The only bar I've been here 3 years. And when I started watching Rob, before I came, he was pretty much the only one. Him and some of Chuck's stuff, but mostly Rob, because I liked Kamala. I liked the stuff I was seeing there, the people. That I liked a little town type thing. So I went there and I met up with him, and we had like 2 beers. And you got to realize my wife had just passed away 3 months before, so I wasn't in like the party mood, type thing. But I only had that, and then one other time I was in a bar, and that was in that white horse, whatever thing that he always had in all of his videos. And I guess that was a bar, but this is how naive I am, Richard. I'd never been to Thailand, right? Didn't know what a bar find was, didn't know anything about anything. In fact, one of the girls eventually 6 months later that I ended up saying, hey, do you want to go to dinner? And I worked in one of the, not a bar, but a restaurant. And she went with me. We went out to dinner. I just wanted to talk to a female, right? And so we're talking, and I go, well, where did you work? She goes, well, I worked in bars for 6 or 7 years. And I go, oh, what did you do? And she looked at me like, what? What do you mean? What did I do? And I go, what did you do? Were you serve cocktails? Were you? And she looked at me again, and I went, oh, okay. Sorry. I'm a little naive. And I was being truthful. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I still haven't been in a real bar. I want to go, because I want to see it, So I didn't put myself in any bad situations with either drunk Thai people or drunk, foreigners. So
I'll tell you, man, it's the foreigners, dude. It's the foreigners. And that's why I've teased Nick Dean about this. I've said Soy Bucal is kind of a rough hood. That's a rough area to walk down. I've been on almost 3 fights just by people that will go and give you an elbow, and they're looking for trouble,
Right.
So
yeah, see, and I'm one of those people that I don't like to be touched. I don't like going. That's why I didn't go to concerts and so I didn't like anybody bumping into me and stuff. But I have to get over that stuff,
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, they need to catch you first. I'm missing all the chat. I'm horrible with let's see. Oh, Mitch says the CCTV cameras will help save your tail if the other idiot was the aggressor. Okay. But to be safe, steer clear of the idiots with anger issues. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Dave,
yeah,
I got a jet, but I want to tell you before I go, just real quick, guys, before I go, if you guys please go on Sawas D, his YouTube channel, Uli. Check out his latest video about his motorbike accident. He's trying to get people to contribute to a GoFundMe.
I did already, but
a lot of just so people in the chat know, we have 18, 19 people in there. If you're not familiar, Ulu is in a very bad motorbike accident, and a lot of the expenses are not being paid for. So he could use a helping hand.
Go there.
And I'm going to profile that on the show this weekend. So just wanted to give a shout out to Uli because he's a great dude.
I appreciate you saying that, and appreciate you coming on. Always, always welcome. Always welcome.
Dave, I look forward to meeting you in person someday.
Yes, man. Yeah, you bet. I can't wait. I like
Yeah.
all the good people that are around me. All right, Richard, you have a
All
good
right.
one.
Take it easy, Brock. Mark, see you later.
I'll see
Chat.
you later.
See ya.
Bye. And then I see what up to you. And I don't know if I've seen you before. They want to know if me and you work as Santa Claus, Brock. You work. I know. People have asked us this before. So yeah, on occasion. In fact, I know Brock has some pictures. Didn't we do this
Yeah.
like a couple of weeks ago? I thought we did. They don't
Yeah.
like to be touched.
Look, I walk through the local supermarket and have kids turn around and go, "Mummy, Mummy, Santa Claus," and Mum's going, "Shh, shh, shh."
They do that here, and which kind of surprised me here in Thailand, because
Yeah.
I didn't know whether they understood Christmas or whatever, but they know
Oh yeah,
they know Santa
Christmas.
Claus. They know Santa Claus.
I had it in a restaurant just after I arrived in Thailand, because we used to go to the one particular restaurant immediately after arrival from the airport, go and have dinner. And there was a little girl in the restaurant came running up with a camera. I went, click, and ran back to a table. And the mother came over and said, I'm very sorry, but my daughter thinks you're Santa Claus. I was
I
even
got
wearing
it.
a red shirt.
Hey Bob, how you doing? How you doing, Bob?
Hey, Bob.
It's my buddy.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, so I got
You know
him to
where it
come
was?
over and said, have a
You know
have a
where it
picture
was?
with me.
And I think it's because of all the Christian and stuff like that that's in Costa Rica. But it was really noticeable. Every kid in Costa Rica knows about Santa Claus, and I'd be down there on the beach, and they'd come up to me and point and say Santa Claus. And, yeah, I'm here just on a little vacation. Don't worry, you'll get your presents. So yeah, I had fun with that.
Yeah, we
How
have
are
a
you
problem
doing, Bob?
we have a problem in Australia at the moment where the politically correct will say, "Oh, we shouldn't be putting up Christmas carols in supermarkets and putting up decorations because we might be offending the new arrivals."
Ah,
They don't realise in Riyadh, in Malaysia, in Thailand, the supermarkets are flooded with Christmas decorations and Christmas carols. And some of these are Muslim countries, and
yeah,
they love it. It's a
you're right,
party time.
Baldy. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. Christmas to me was all about kids. When the kids weren't around, Christmas wasn't anything. When I had my kids or my grandkids, I like being around them during that time. But Christmas doesn't mean much to me if there are no kids involved. That's where you see all the smiles and all that. I spoiled mine too. No, really, no. Let's see what Bob says. No one really knew Dave, but when I told Scott Dave was looking like Santa, they knew right away. Yeah, huh? Let's see, vacation. Who did? Randy did? Let's see. Vacation in Costa Rica a few months ago. Marvelous. Yeah, Puerto Vita. I was in, let's see, I was in Cocoa Beach, right near the new airport. But I was staying right over one town over where I was. But I was there for almost 8 months. It was great. I had a great time there in Costa Rica. I don't know what it's like now, Randy. If you were there that short a time ago, as if I said that incorrectly, sorry. But you probably know. But it was. I had a great time. It was fun. Not like here, but as far as for price wise, it was more expensive to live in Costa Rica. But I like Thailand, and I don't know if you noticed it, Randy, but we're exactly at the same place on the equator, just on the other side of the world, because they have 12 hours of sunlight, 12 hours of night. They have a rainy season. It's always about 90 to 100 and 80% humidity. God, I need something to drink. My mother-in-law brought me food. Well, I guess maybe let's see. Holiday crap. Yeah, I hear that. But all right, I think I'm going to end it. I think I'm done. and Mark has 4 days and a wake up.
4
Thanks
days
for
and wake
coming,
up.
Bob. Thanks coming, dirty old man. Wowie, Randy, who else is still here? Mr. Mitch, Baldy. I
Andy
really
Staub.
appreciate you coming by. If you guys haven't, I know Mitch isn't. You dropped the GoFundMe. Did you drop Baldy's channel or no? You might have. If not, you can look it up. But he's got a good channel. Thanks for
I'm not
coming
sure.
by. I appreciate it.
Rock can you do it? Well,
Andy,
Baldy
I see you.
Brian in Thailand. Check him out. Great stuff.
Brock, do you have his?
Baldy.
Yeah.
I
You already
haven't.
put it up?
I'll go look him up shortly.
Excuse me. Let me see. Everybody
But
else.
just into YouTube, Baldy Brian in Thailand. Not hard to find. With some great content.
Yeah, he does. All right, guys. I don't know why. I should have bought water. Well, we're almost 2 hours anyway. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for coming. I really appreciate it. And I will catch everybody on the next one. Have a great